We are going to talk about 5 places where I definitely recommend that you should not buy your bourbon or your whiskey. Let's go! Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Carlos. Thank you for joining me here on the Whiskey Corner. I truly appreciate you guys stopping by. Thank you so much for all your support. It's been definitely a climb, right? I started out with like 1, 2, 3 subscribers. Whiskey Knows, Marty from Whiskey Knows, you're one of my first subscribers, so thank you so much. Truly appreciate it. So I gotta call you out, and you've been very monumental at putting the Whiskey Corner name out there, so thank you so much. But everybody else that has subscribed, I am truly thankful. We're about to hit a year, right? In April, I believe 14th is coming up, so I'm gonna be putting out a special video. I might even do a live soon. Never done it before, and don't know how it's gonna go, but I am definitely thinking about it. But if not, I'm definitely gonna put out a special celebratory Whiskey Corner video. But if you have not yet done so, please do me the favor, subscribe. That's all I ask. Well, I'm also gonna ask that you like, because I have seen that a lot of people are subscribing, and I truly appreciate that. We're at 540-ish subscriptions so far, so that's great. Let's keep building that up, but I also need your help with the likes as well. So please help me out with those 2 things. I will truly appreciate it. Well, I wanted to talk about today 5 places where you should definitely, maybe not definitely, but I would not recommend that you buy your bourbon and your whiskey. I did make a video like this about 3 places where I buy bourbon and whiskey. Check it out right here. And you could go check that and see where online places where I purchase my bourbon and my whiskey. But these are places that I definitely don't recommend and haven't bought from. Well, maybe just one, but we'll get to that. Before we get into the list, I want to tell you guys what I'm drinking. So cheers. That is awesome. Now I know why I like this. I found this in the back, and I was like, I haven't had that in a while. Bananas, cherries, pears, apples, vanilla, caramel, butterscotch. Goes down easy. Uncle Nearest 1884. This is good. Now, I do recommend also the 1856, which is the 100 proof one, but this one at 93 proof is really good. So if you haven't had that, check it out. I think it's like 50 to 60 bucks, something like that. Well, let's get into the list. I know for the last one, gonna have to take a big sip of this, so definitely stay tuned till the end so you can get one important one. I left that one for number 5, so yeah, definitely check all of them out. Might save you some money, time, and frustration. Number 1 on this list is not really an online retailer. Most of these are going to be online. This particular one, though, is a brick and mortar place. And it's not one place. It could be a bunch of places everywhere, right? And the reason I'm saying that is because number 1 that I do not recommend that you buy your bourbon and your whiskey from is brick and mortar stores that just overprice their bourbon or their whiskey. So around me, there's a bunch of stores, and everywhere there's a bunch of stores that all they care about is that money factor. They want to get in and cash out on people overpaying for bourbon and whiskey. Now, I know it takes some time, some effort, some connections, all this and that for a store to get an allocated, a rare, or difficult to find bottle. But when they're getting these bottles and they're just pricing them at extravagant prices, it's not helping you, it's not helping the whiskey community, it's not helping anybody but themselves, and that's all they care about. I also put in here these places that wouldn't give you or let you buy a overpriced bottle from them unless you spend a ton of money at their stores. I'm talking about these places where it all goes by point, and then when something rare comes in, they call in their big whales that spend thousands of dollars with them for that very overly priced Pappy Van Winkle, because that person spent like $50,000 already at their store. Like, these places, they are kind of like a cancer to the whiskey community, in my opinion, but a lot of people still buy from them. Why? Because, yeah, they have that bottle that you've been searching for. They're just overpricing it like crazy, so they're gonna take a lot of your money. So I would definitely stay clear of these places. Now, I know at some point we've all bought from a place like this, or we will in the future. So if you have to, I guess you have to. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not gonna tell you what to do with your money, but if you do buy from these places, I would say to limit it as much as possible. But again, it's your money, you do what you do with it. Number two is online, and quite honestly, it is not a place. It is more of the type of people. This particular person is those scammers. Now, you're not gonna know it's a scammer, obviously. Nobody's just gonna come out and say, hey, I'm a scammer and I wanna sell you some whiskey. No, but be very, very careful and worrisome about who you buy from online. Example, I'm not talking about stores. I'm talking about these people that are selling bourbon and whiskey on Instagram, on Facebook groups, on YouTube, on Twitter, wherever. These online places, Reddit, Discord, they are preying on people to, one, send them money and then they don't get anything, or two, you send them money and they send you something that's not what it is. There's a lot of scams out there, guys. So I'm very weary. I'm overly paranoid about who I give my money to online. That's just me. I'm not saying you have to be that way, but with that said, be careful, right? If something doesn't feel right, if it's just way too easy, there's something that maybe you should research or look into a little bit more. Just a thought. Definitely, I would not recommend buying from people like that. If you do buy from people, have it be from like a well-known bourbon club that other people have bought from them. Other people know them. It's not just a one-shot person that's like, oh, I found this and I just have an extra bottle. First time I sell it type of thing. Like, yeah, be very careful, because you definitely don't want to go through the hassle of getting swindled. Yeah, that's still a thing. Or scammed and lose out on money or get something that is not what you expected. Number three, quite honestly, is places. And I'm gonna start naming places. One, people are not gonna like it if they usually buy from these places. And two, if you work for this place or have some kind of affiliation with them, yeah, you're gonna hate me right now, because I'm gonna start naming names. I'm gonna start name dropping. Number three is these big online retailers like Wooden Cork, Reserve Bar, Caskers, Flaviar, and places like this. Why am I putting this on the category? Carlos, you've told us that you've bought from Flaviar before. Yes, I was a member of Flaviar. I was in their membership, but these places, I'm not saying that you shouldn't buy from, but you have to be careful what you buy from them. Case in point, Flaviar, I bought all my smoke wagons. I paid a little bit over. Smoke wagon, I think, is like $79 or 70 something dollars. I paid $82 for this. Plus shipping, well no, shipping was free because it was over 60 bucks, that's me as a member, but plus tax, right? But I think I got it at a good price. I would have never found this locally. They don't sell it locally. So in that case, Flaviar worked for me. Now, if you go on Flaviar right now, You can see some Wellers, you can see some E.H. Taylors. How do you have a Weller Special Reserve at $120 or $80, $100 and something dollars, $180 I saw it at some point? That's not worth that, right? So you can't find Weller Special Reserve. I'm just using that as an example. And you go on Flaviar, and I'm using them as an example. You go on Flaviar and you're like, whoa, I've never been able to find this. 120? I think I can do that. Buy. Yeah, you just spent a little bit over $90 over what you should normally spend on that bottle, right? That's a $22 to $25 bottle depending where you buy it. MSRP. So to pay almost $100 more, that's just crazy, right? But there's people that buy it, and there's obviously places that sell it. So you gotta be careful about what you buy from where. And it's not just Flaviar. Caskers, Reserve Bar, Wooden Cork, these places have it like that. Sip Whiskey, I think. And again, I am not saying not to buy regular whiskey from these places. I bought a Garrison Brothers honey from Flaviar, and I'm buying something from Sip Whiskey, but they're good prices, right? Yeah, you know you're gonna have to pay shipping at some point, but still it's good prices. But stay away from the things that you know for sure are very, very overpriced. An Eagle Rare for $100, a Blanton for $250 or $300, a Balmaria Garrison Brothers for $400. Yeah, these are all there to take your money, and that's just it. You will get your bourbon, but you're paying an extravagant amount of price for it. So I would definitely maybe not stay away from these places, but be careful about what you buy at these places. So definitely a tidbit there. Again, not a financial advisor, but if you work hard for your money, you might want to keep some of it and not spend it crazily. So number 4. Yes, number 4 is another general thing, and this is local stores that say they have an online presence. Let me explain. Primo Liquors. They have their own website, and you can actually purchase the whiskey from or bourbon from their website, and I can go pick it up. They're a local store to me. I don't know if they do shipping or delivery. Well, I know they do delivery, local delivery, but do they do shipping? I don't know. But there are stores out there that supposedly do shipping to other states. I use Wine Searcher, Whiskey Searcher sometimes, and I find some things. Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend. They're selling it in a store in New York. This store supposedly ships it out to Florida. Yeah, well, I've known a lot of people that have bought from these type of places, and not that they'll get their money stolen, because the places have refunded their money, but it's just a big hassle and a waste of time. You go on there, you click it, you purchase it, get it, supposedly shipped to you, and then come to find out that can't happen. Either they don't have it because their system isn't updated, or 2, they can't ship it to your state. Now, there are places that obviously, when you try to go and purchase it, they tell you right off the bat, we can't ship to your state. But there's a lot of places that don't. These places, they're not out to steal your money, they just don't have a good website, right? So they don't know that they can't do this until they actually go to process your order and try to send it, and then they find out, right? Which is time wasted, effort wasted, and kind of disappoints your expectations, right? Again, I'm not saying that they're not going to give you your money back, because I know people that have gotten their money back, but there's a delay in that, and at that point you're just like, man, I just want my bourbon and my whiskey that I paid for. Cool, give me the money because I can't get it, but I really still want that bottle, you know? So it just puts you in a really bad place. So definitely be careful or stay away from these type of little liquor stores that supposedly sell online and they ship everywhere, because it might not be the case. Number 5, and let me take a sip of this, because yeah, I'm gonna have some hatred here. Cheers. And it's been warm because I've been keeping it like this, and that is good. So number 5, yep. Small caveat, little tidbit. I personally have not purchased from these places. I almost did, but in doing my research and talking to other people, I have seen and heard others' experiences, and I have seen a lot of horrible reviews online. Guys, we live in an age where your reviews online matter. And yes, while you can buy good reviews, you still can't stop the bad reviews, right? So there's these places, and I'm gonna name 2 of them, that people have had a lot of bad experiences with. Reviews show that, and people that I've talked to have shown that. And these places are, again, you're gonna hate me, and too bad, so sad if you're an affiliate, an employee, or just like ordering from these places, but hey, I'll take it. These places are Mash and Grape and Fruit Bat. Yep. I almost bought things from these 2 places. Well, I looked at things from these 2 places and I wanted to buy them. But again, going back to me being very wary of where I buy stuff from, I did my research, spoke to people. Needless to say, I didn't get anything from there, because there was tons of reviews talking about bad customer service, but bad customer service around people not getting a refund, people not getting their things, their bourbon or their whiskey. Bourbon or whiskey showing up broken, leaking, maybe open, which is just crazy to me. How are you gonna sell me an open bottle? Why is it leaking from the cork and the seal is broken? That just makes absolutely no sense. Somebody got into that bottle before they put it into the shipping box or whatever. But needless to say, these are places that I would definitely stay away from. Maybe forever, or until I start knowing a lot of people that have ordered from them directly and have had good experiences. Until then, I won't be ordering from them, and if you're gonna order from them, I would definitely be very wary. Again, Mash and Grape and Fruit Bat. Yep. Yeah. Bring on the hate. Bring it on. I can take it. It's all good. Well, guys, hopefully these 5 places not to buy your bourbon or your whiskey actually helps you out, saves you a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of effort, and kind of stops disappointment on your end. Let me know, comment below, have you bought from these places? What is your experience? Are there any other places that you would put on this list and you would kind of tell others or give advice to others not to buy from? Let me know below. Put in your experience. This is all a community to help each other out. So hopefully this helps each other out, this helps somebody out, and hopefully you have something to contribute to help somebody else out. Well, like I said at the beginning, please do me the favor and subscribe. It's really gonna help me out. Please like, because that helps me out. I'm going to enjoy this little bit and pour myself a little bit more, and I want you to enjoy that whiskey. Cheers.